Kia ora everyone, it's Chris here from the Bayleys Insights team. So I'm by myself today, but I'm keen to chat about the biggest news in New Zealand real estate over the past week. So yeah, let's get into it. So first up at number one, we had the Reserve Bank's OCR announcement. So they kept the OCR stable at 5.5%. The general sort of rhetoric within it was that they're unlikely to reduce the OCR this year. So it'll probably be 2025 before we see any downward movement in the OCR. Other than that, they seem to be getting a bit more confident that inflation will get back within that target band by the end of the year. So yeah, overall pretty similar to what everyone was expecting, although the confirmation that they're unlikely to drop the OCR this year was a little bit of a surprise for some people. Next up, we also had the latest house price statistics from the Real Estate Institute. So there were 5,500 sales across New Zealand during April. This was up quite a bit on the same time last year, but was still relatively soft compared to like 2017 to 2019. Prices were also slightly down compared with last month across most regions. And that means that we've now had 2 months in a row of slight decreases in prices across a lot of regions. Overall sort of view at the moment is that prices seem to be moving sideways, although we have had this theory that the high stock on market might put some downward pressure on prices, and we think that's coming through those latest stats. So something to watch over the next couple of months, but the view from us and most of the other commentators is that the market's just going to continue its recovery. Next up, there were also some government announcements, and so they released their review of Kainga Ora, and they're proposing sort of various changes for that organisation. Associated with that as well, they also made 2 announcements that are relevant more generally to the housing market. One was that they're going to free up about $140 million to help fund more social housing by community housing providers. And this is something that we've been expecting for quite a while. And then the second announcement, which is more relevant for first home buyers, is that with immediate effect, they discontinued the first home grants, which were quite popular amongst first home buyers. Now we understand that if you already had an application in play, it looks like they'll continue to honour that for a period. But for anyone moving forward, that particular offer won't be available. The overall impact of that is we might see a little bit less demand from first home buyers, particularly those who were looking to take up that first home grant. Next up, we've got our weekly sales snapshot, and so this snapshot's powered by the team from Bayleys Auctions, sample of recent auction sales in the Bay of Plenty. So first up, we've got 28A Muricata Avenue in Mount Maunganui. So this is magic on Muricata, 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on 377 square metres. Direct beach access to one of Mount Maunganui's most desirable areas. This was marketed by Karen Flowerday from Bayleys Mount Maunganui, sold under the hammer for $2.205 million. Good outcome there. Next up, we've got 195 11th Avenue in Tauranga. Retreat with income and views, 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, family-sized home with purpose-built self-contained studio. Central location, easy access to schools, cafes, public transport. Marketed by Carmen Dickinson from Bayleys Tauranga, sold under the hammer for $1.19 million. And finally, we've got 89A Valley Road in Mount Maunganui. Quick access to the beach, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom on 302 square metres. 1960s Kiwi Batch, which was transformed into a comfortable contemporary home. 5-minute walk to the beach. Marketed by Richard Wright and Rebecca Wright from Bayleys Mount Maunganui. This one sold under the hammer for $1.17 million. So yeah, overall good little selection of sales there, and our local team's been reporting a rise in higher end sales in that Tauranga market. So if you are looking for something, maybe a good time to jump in now. Next up, we go offshore. Our global partner Knight Frank released their latest Hong Kong ESG report. Now their latest piece of work is looking at the influence of sustainability certifications on the rents for office buildings. So interesting topic for a lot of office investors at the moment. Now what they found is that sustainability certifications are becoming super important for occupiers, and that's leading to what they're calling a brown discount for buildings that don't have adequate certifications. Now what they found is for buildings with the top sustainability certifications, they're achieving rental premiums of up to 17%, which is obviously quite exciting and could be a huge amount of money for an office investor. So pretty cool. And then the top 3 criteria that they're seeing across occupiers are electric vehicle charging infrastructure, art and culture integration, and then green pledge requirements. So yeah, quite an interesting little market, and I think maybe a little bit more ahead of the game in this space than what we're seeing in New Zealand at the moment, but no doubt that will come through our market. And finally, to wrap up, we've got our property of the week. And so we've got 2 properties this week. We've got right at that high end of the market. So first up, we've got 92 Paritai Drive in Orakei in Auckland. Ultra luxury Magic Harbour panorama, 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms on about 1,400 square metres. It's got glorious sea views, about 800 square metres of luxury living, so huge home, concrete construction, top specification. It's even got 8-car internal garaging. Now, if you want to learn more about this one, contact Michael Block or Jenny Keck from Bayleys Insights. And then we're down to Cambridge. We've got 928 Kaipaki Road. This is elegant country estate, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on 1 hectare. No expense spared in the design and build of this property. 370 square metre main residence and a detached guest house. If you want to learn more about this one, contact Melissa Langsford or Amanda Merrington from Bayleys Cambridge. Well, that's it. We'll wrap it up here. So I hope you're going awesome, and we'll see you next week.